holding the memory from Nasso, and the Maimer, we're holding Daf Chof Aleph. The Maimer speaks about, it was actually a very fascinating Maimer. It was given at the Zloben Chasana, very, very Reiche Chassidus, about the idea of the Bnei G'ershen, Bnei Kahos, and Bnei Mendy as it exists in our Avodas Hashem today, to bring down a likus into the world. That was the thrust of the Maimer. So here goes a biur al Parsha Nasso hiniksi Mikdash Adnai Cohen Yodecha. That the Beis Hamikdash, that Eibishter's Yodayim made the Beis Hamikdash. In the previous Maimer, he quotes the Gemara in Psochim. The Gemara says that Beis Hamikdash is greater than Shemayim v'Oretz, because Shemayim v'Oretz was with one Yah, and the Beis Hamikdash is Konnenu Yodecha. Why do you need two Yodayim to make a little Beis Hamikdash where the whole globe is one Yah? Pirush Ramaz Pashas Pinchas explains that Ramaz in the Zayar Parsha Pinchas Dafresh Chafalev, in his Pirush and the Zayar, what's Yodecha Gimel Yodes? Has to be 3 Yodes in order to accomplish this idea of Mikdash. There has to be Yoda Gdeila, Yoda Chazoka, Yoda Roma. They make the Mikdash and the Mishkan, they should be able to be a hamshocha of the godliness from Atzilus in Biyah. Dav Zayin Gimel Yodes, and he's going to explain in the Maimer, because Be'emes after the Maimer Ein Arech. There's no erech between Atzilus and Bri Yitzir Asiyah, that there should be the Ein Seif should come in Biyah and Bri Yitzir Asiyah, because they're Bali Gvul Umuchudoshim. So therefore, that Atzilus should shine in Biyah, you need to have a real, something needs to happen. Then he says, just like in order the Ein Sof of Atzilus should come in Biyah, in order Atzilus, higher than Atzilus from Kesed, should come down, Atzilus also needs a tremendous concept of Konnenu Yodecha. How do you make this keli? Is through gvura, like it says, you break the smugness and the yeshus of the Yetzer Hara, and then it becomes a vessel to receive this greater light. That's why you need 3 types of Levim, and this is what the Gemara says in Ksubas. Torash bar kapora da gdei limaisit tzadikim yeiser maiser shemayim v'oretz. By maiser shemayim v'oretz it says a pasuk in Yeshaya, af yod yos de'oretz v'yimino tipcho shemoyim, one hand. Chad yod zokter b'chad maiser. Like the Gemara says, not a smele ubora oretz, not a yiminim bara shemayim. But here is of the Gemara in Ksubas. By Ma'aseh Tzadikim it says Mochim l'shivt chapalta Hashem Mikdash Hashem Konnenu Yodecha. And even one Ma'aseh Beis Hamikdash needs 2 Yodayim. That's what Tosfos says, and it's brought down in Rashi and Chumash and the Shira. So it says in the hour from the Tzemach Tzedek, the Marsho in Ksubas over there and Daf Hey, in his Chidush Agodi says that by Ma'aseh Shemayim v'Oretz they were also both Yodayim. But both Yodayim weren't used together, Chesed and Gvura. Shemayim Lashem, Voretz Lasal Neodom. But through Ma'aseh Tzadikim, you connect the 2 things together, and in one Mikdash you have both Yodayim. So that's why he also says that you needed to make the Mishkan Bitzalel and Oholio. Bitzalel was Bitzal Keil. Keil is Chesed. Oholio was Lamati Don is Gvura. You need to have Chesed and Gvura in order to accomplish the Beis Hamikdash. And This is what it's fit. Also it's connected with what it says in the Mikdash Va'era on the Parsha Hashem Chofetz also b'shamayim v'oretz. You could look it up there in the Mikdash. He says further, why is there two separate Yodai? Why b'shamayim is Yamin? Because Shamayim is Makifim Seviv Kolam. Gilui Ein Sof. That's why the Yamin and Tipul Shamayim. Yamin Hashem Edor B'Koyach. That's one hand. But Eretz is Memali Kolam. Mean that's Smele. Like the pasuk says in the name Shakel Shomer Leilo Midai. It's Gvul. But this comes the greatness of a Ma'aseh Shamayim V'Or Ma'aseh Tzadikim. It's connected with the Beis Hamikdash. That's mechaber both Yodayim. You have Seviv Kol Almin in Memali Kol Almin, Atzilus in Biyah, and the Keli for this is Mikdash Hashem, that in Memali should be a Gilui of Seviv. This is also Pshat in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Godel Mikdash Shenitim B'Shnei Eisius, Alta Hashem Mikdash Hashem. What's the Pshat? The word Mikdash is between two names. What's the Pshat in Gemara in Sanhedrin? Also brought in Gemara in Brochus. That he's mechaber Adnai, the Havaya and Adnai, which Havaya is Seviv Kolam and Adnai Memale, and that's the big concept. Look also on the Zayar Chele Gimel of Shlach, he explains Mikdash Adnai like Al Derech Yigdal Nokeach Adnai, that in Adnai you bring in something greater. And Koyach says the Rebbe is begimatria twice Yudalit, which is Yad, you connect Yemincha Hashem Nedori Bakoyach. In Koyach you bring Yemincha. This is also the idea what it says, Gedei lo deya Shenitna ben Shtei Oisiyes. What does it mean Shtei Oisiyes? It says Kikel Deis Havaya. So the word Deos is between Kel and Havaya. So the idea of Das connects. Das connects higher and lower. Chochmah and Bina, like it's explained, etc., etc. So this is the idea of the Gimel Yodis, what he explained he mentioned in the previous Maimon. Even in the Gemara, it only says Shtei Adayim in the Gemara in Subas that it brings in the beginning and Daf Hey. That's Chesed Gvura, but you need Gimel Yodeis, because who's Mechaber Chesed Gvura Tiferes, which is Kavah Imtzoi. Kavah Imtzoi is Das, it's Mechaber Chochmah Bina, like it will be explained. Why is he Mechaber? Because his Shadish is higher than Chesed Gvura, and he goes to Chesed. And Kesser makes Sefer Kol Almin and Mali Kol Almin. You need Amshach and then it's safe, like we explained in the previous Maimon, that who unites Chesed and Gvura, Dafke Ein Sof higher even in Sefer Kol Almin. And this is Yod Aroma, this is Ki Go Go. Says the Alter Rebbe further, maybe this whole Maimon somewhat said. Says the Alter Rebbe further that this will explain. As the Teis in Subas says the Beis Ma'aseh Tzadikim, like Beis Hamikdash Kosev Tati Yodayim. So he asks, it says in the Medrash, B'yoyim Kaleis Mei Shalokim Es HaMishka. Says the Medrash that the whole Mishkan is like a neged kol ha'olam. It says Breishis Baruchim as a Shomayim. It says Neit the Shomayim Ka'yiri on the Mishkan Osad Yiriyas. So Yiriyas are Mishkan as Shomayim, and everything else in the Mishkan is like Oretz. So the Cheda Vet Akasha. Even though by Mishkan it says Tu Yodayim, it's not Tu Yodayim b'Dover Echad. It's Tu Yodayim in that Olam. There's one Yad in the Shomayim of the Mishkan, and there's Eretz. So it's the same idea like Eretz v'Shomayim. That the Yad Yamin did Shomayim, and the Yad Shmuel in the Eretz. So why is Gedolim Ma'aseh Tzadikim, which is the Mishkan, greater than Ma'aseh Shemayim Ha'aretz? Here there was two Yodis in Shemayim, one in Ha'aretz in the world, and in Beis Hamikdash was also the same thing. Muslim Zogim Pshat, that in Mikdash is greater than the creation, because in Mikdash you create, both your Dayim are connected. It's the Hamshach of Eras Seviv Kol Almi, which is called Yamin, in Mimali Kol Almi, which is called Shmuel. Just like we say, Ato Gibir Lehilo Madne, and it says, Kveid Malchus Emevaschi, that Beiro to be Malchus, that's to be Guris. But through Ma'aseh Tzadikim, you bring Shem Havaya into the Gvuris of Malchus, into Adnai. Like it says, V'Havaya Beheichal Kodshe Heichal B'Gemati Adnai. And in that Heichal, you brought V'Havaya. And that's why in the Beis HaMikdash, you said Hashem's name Havaya as is, without changing it to be Adnai, but in the Medina, you said in the Kinuyim. And the connection of these two Yodayim is through Yod Aroma. It brings the Gilui of Seviv Kol Almin in Mimali Kol Almin, in the Pnimis. And that's why the Mikdash is greater than Ma'aseh Shemayim V'Aretz. The Kitzur of the first Sif of this Biaor is Mikdash Adnai, says that Rizal, you make a keli to get Eirei Sof Lamata. It's your decha, it's connected with the Gemara in Ksubis, that the Ma'aseh HaMikdash, both Yadayim and the Eibusher were united, Sevim and Malay, Rukav HaMitzoi. That's what you need. Yoda Gdeila, Yoda Chazoko, and Yoda Roma. So he explains here the Maimah Yoda Roma is Tiferes, which connects Yoda Gdeila, which is Chesed, and Yoda Chazoko, which is Gvura. This relates to the three children of Levi, Kohos, Merari, and Amra. So the right in the Maimah that these three Yodes are Tzimtzum, Ispashtus, and Amshocha. He says, Tzimtzum, Ispashtus, and Amshocha is Yud. Then there is a Hey, that this Nekuda is Nispashet, and then the Vovetz Mamshich Lamata. And they make Mikdash Hashem, which is the Hey from Shem Havaya. This is the idea of the 3 times Kodesh, that you have this Yud Kei Vov, Tzimtzum Hispashtus and Amshocha, to make in Malchus Moli Kol Haaretz Kevodeh. Says the Rebbe, what's the connection of Yud Kei Vov, Tzimtzum Hispashtus and Amshocha to the Gimel Yodes? We can understand this based on what the Ramaz said in the Zohar and Parsha Ekiv, that the Yod is the Daled Asias for Shem Havaya. And then Milui, which is 10 letters. So Yod is Daled plus the Milui, fully Shem Havaya. B'meila Kem and Zogen, we know that in the Milui there's 3 ways how to write the Milui. Or Ayin Beis with a bunch of Yuds. Or Samach Gimel with a bunch of Heys, or Mem Hey with a bunch of Alephes. So there are 3 different ways of Miluyim, and Shem Ab is in Chochmetz Yud. Shem Sag is in Binid, it's a Hey, and Shem Ma is in Zo, which is Vov to Mamshich Lamata. Again, we have Yud Kei Vov. Okay. Says further the Maimeh, this is the 3 Madregas of the Nesei HaMishkan of Gershon, Kosam Merari. This is 3 Yodes. That's why when Leah had Levi, she said, Apam Yilovi Ishi Elai. Now I will connect with Ishi because I have Shlei Shabonim. Shlei Shabonim is the Yad Agdelo, Yad Achazoko, Yad Aroma. Because Leah is a Mabonim, which is Vov Tzovis Datzilis. And Leah is Machshav Chitzeni is Bina, she's the mocker for the Shishomidis. And this is the pasuk Shem Hagdela Leah Shem Hegdela. The big Hey is Leah. Leah is connected with Bina. Shenkin Rochel is connected with Malchus. Then you say Yilo Ve'ishi Elai. Because this Havos Kol Lomis is from Achshova that the Eibishter thought that I know Emlech and Ein Melech B'Leyom. This created Atzilus B'Yitzirasiyah. This Rotzen Ano Emlech is only a levush, not like a Melech Basar Adam that wants something and he's limited in it and he's missing, but it's only by the Eibishter, it's only a levush. So, in order that the Rotzen Elyon should come in this Machshov of Ano Emlech, it has to be Yilovi Shilai. Is Chabrus with Ein Sof in this Machshove. This is because Yaakov is Briach Hatich and he brings Ein Sof here Lemata. Mina Kotze Ela Kotze. And who does it through Levi? It says in the Medrash, on the Parsha, Kein Korosh Shmo Levi Levi Ze Osid Lelavi says Bonim Lavim Shabbat. It brings the Yidden closer to the Eibishter. So Levi is Das, he's Mechaber Chochma Bina. And Levi is Tiferes. Zogdi, we have some more Kabbalah here. This is also the explanation in the Pardes. And Erech Yakinu Yiman Erech Levi and the Maimer Azer Vayelech Ishmi Beis Levi. And this is, he says there in the Zayah that this is the place of Chochmi Lo. And there's a Nor that connects them and they never separate. This is Levios and Zayotzerto. Levi connects the upper with the lower. That's the third thing that creates it. It's also brought on the Mikdash Melech from the Ramak in Parsha Shmos and Naamar Chaim Vital Shemelavetom, and he connects, like it says in Prietz Chaim, Shara Krishma, that Chochma Bina always have to be connected together, because if in one moment the Yichud would stop, all day Lomis would stop. Because it has to be constant. Not only our world, which is Geshem, but also the spiritual worlds. Also need these chachus. And this is the idea of Yichud Chochma Bino. Because Chochma is Me'ayin Timotze. Chochma is Keachma, which is Bittul. That's why Ein Sof only comes into Chochma. Because Chochma is the ultimate Bittul. And even in Bina, Ein Sof comes through Chochma, and Chochma comes in Bina, because Bina is called Yesh. Yichud Chochma Bina is the Amshachad of Ayin Liyesh, and you need a constant Amshachad of Ayin Liyesh. And this is through Chochma Bina, because the Yesh, the Bina is bottled Ayin the Chochma. The Yesh is not Nifrit. And through these things happen, and this is the idea of Enor, Yetzim Yeden. And then Misham you put it afterwards that is period. But before there's a complete unity of Chochma and Bina. And this is why the Yichud Chochma Bina is called Beis Levi Yilava Yishelai. But the Yichud of Tiferes and Malchus, sometimes it's connected, sometimes it's not. This is the difference between Machshava, which is constant flow, and you can't stop thinking. This is Venor Yetze made and always Yotze constantly, but Dibur is sometimes you speak, sometimes you don't speak, like Shpilei Me'amelech said. Eis Lachashois Ve'eis L'daber. This is what you say Apam Yilove. Through Levi's Das. He's Mechaber Chochma Bina. Even though the Yichud Chochma Bina is Tediri, is constant, and without it the world can't exist. But then there's the Yichud Pnimi of Chochma Bina. This is not Todeh, this is not always, this you need Allah Asman, this you need Levi. This is what you said, Le'ovdo L'Vayanicheyu B'Gan Eden Le'ovdo L'Shomra. He put Adam there, Le'ovdo L'Shomra Tuheyin, to put the air from Bina. And in Malchus the Tuheyin, even though it's Yetzei Tomid, the Leposik Meimilom, and it never stops, so the world should exist. That's only what you need, the bare minimum, the world should exist. But you have to have L'ovdo to have more air, and this is through Yilove, this is Rotzon Elyon in Machshova. This is the Pasuk Rishon de Krishma, where you say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Yad Mesiras Nefesh, and only that brings about the Yichud Primi V'Chochma Bina. This is Levi's complete connection, complete devotion, and he connects Chochma Bina. That's why Levi is Livyosan. Levi is connected with Livyosan, and Livyosan is a Yotzar to L'Sachik Bey. Livyosan causes pleasure Kavayochel to the Rebbeinu Shalom. And it's explained in great length in the Siddur, in the Maimorim, Ambichas Hamozim. Because what causes Tainug L'mayla, pleasure by the Eibishter Bitla? Yes. Why is Levi called Livyosan? Because when the Yesh is connected to the Ayin, there's Mesiras Nefesh, total devotion to Hashem through saying Shema. You cause the Yichud Pnimi V'Chochma Bina, and this is Livyosan Nuneyama. Nuneyama means Nivroim that are totally bottled. It's explained elsewhere in the Pasuk in Tedei and B'Shalach and the Pasuk of Yosher Meshach. The difference between the dry land and the sea and the ocean. That the creatures of the ocean, you don't see them. They're totally bottled, but the creatures on the dry land, you see them, they walk on the dry land. And look over there in the Maimed that Nuneyama is Livyosan. And Moshe, who comes from Levi, is also V'nachnu Ma total bittul. Therefore it says Vayelech Ishmi Beis Levi. It's like a Pam Yilovi Yishilai Tru Mesiras Nefesh, and through this you have the Yichud Pnimi of Chochma and Bina. And what's the ultimate purpose of connecting Abba and Ima and Krishma, which is Yudke, is to be Mamshich Meichin to Zoh and Malchus. There should be Yichud Vovke. That in Zoh and Malchus also should be this Chibur. And this is the concept of bringing Seviv Kol Almin in Memali, Kol Almin in Bria, because Malchus is the source of Bia. That's why Levi is important, to bring down Seviv in Memali, which is the idea of the Mishkan. And this is what it says in the Zayah, cryptic Zayah in Parsha Skera. On the Pasuk, V'Ovad HaLevi Hu, says the Zayah, Kimo Da'at Omar, like you say, Ki Hashem Olekim. What's the pshat in Zayah? That Levi puts together the Yichud of Zun together, it should be Havai and Elikim united. Like it's explained on this Zayah in Keirach, in Mikdash Melech, and Levi accomplishes it. This is pshat is Vayelech Ishmi Beis Levi, Vayikech is Bas Levi. Bas Levi is Malchus. And the Ish of Beis Levi picks up the Malchus and brings there, like it says in Zayar Abba V'im Tekinu Lo. They bring together this amazing unity in Malchus. And how do you accomplish this unity? Says the Shema V'dibarta Bam, through speaking Divrei Torah, through using the mouth which is connected with Malchus, and you speak Divrei Torah. Through this, you bring down this Hamshocha. Look what it's explained elsewhere previously in Likkutei Torah and Pekudei. On the Pasuk Avedas HaLevim, how do you bring the Levim is bringing Shechina Lemata? How do they do it? Biyad Isomar. Isomar is the same word like it says in the Gemara, Itman Oz Nidberu. Or like by the Beis Yosef said, Ani Amishtam Deberes Beficha. That godliness speaks through your mouth when you learn the Mishnah, and that's the connection of godliness. And this accomplishes this idea of Livui V'chibur in Zun through your Mesiras Nefesh of Echad total devotion. This is what it says by the name of Moshe Rabbeinu. He was from the tribe of Levi, Min Hamayim Mishisu. I pulled him out of the water. Vosib I pulled him out of the water. He's like the Nuneyama that go in the Yabosha, that you bring down Moshe Rabbeinu on the Yabosha through Torah. And this is also the same idea of Mikdash Adnai Ken Yodecha, that the Mikdash comes down through Limud HaTorah, like it's explained by Nichus in the Maimorim and Bahar and Likkutei Torah on the Pasuk Umikdashi Tiro, which that Mikdashi is Torah. Look in the Likkutei Torah that is on Schai the Parsha Bayim O Yi Hashem Echad. Now Mashiach will come Vovke, which is Zoh and Malchus, will also be Yudke, because there'll be the Yichud of Bina and Malchus totally. Says the Tzemach Tzedek further that in most places we see that Leviim are Gvura, like it's written in the Pardes, in the Erech of Levi, and also in the Me'edei Eid. Ois Lametz, if you dalit, he writes Levi's or Bina or Gvura. V'hakorev Elai, makes sense to me, says the Me'edei Eid. The whole Kav Yamin is Cohen, the whole Kav Shmuel is Levi. And we know, says the Me'edei Eid, there's 3 levels of Gvuras. Bina, Gvura, and Heid. That's why, says the Me'eri, there's 3 families by the Levi, because Gershon and Mrari. So here we see that it's Gvura not Das. Says the Tzemach Tzedek, we could explain the discrepancy and the contradiction. The Leviim are from both from Das and from Gvura, because Das is Koilel Chesed Gvura. Das has 5 chasadim and 5 gvuras. And the Levim, the Shedish, is from the Hey Gvuras of Das. More we could explain about Apam Yilove, the Levi causing the unity, based on what the Zohar said in Chayis Sorah. Kivon is Yahovas. Since it was given, bein train droyim between 2 hands, Levim is Gershon Kosum Merari. Gershon and Merari are the 2 hands. And the Koho Yod Agdela Yod Chazoke. And Kohos makes it happen, makes the Yichud Elyon happen. And this is Ken Yodecha, the 3 Yodayim of Yod Agdela, Yod Chazoka, and Yod Aroma. The kitzur of the ois and the maimer, there's 3 yodes, Gershon Kosum Merari, which is Tzimtzum, Ispashtus, and Amshocha, to build up the Heitato, which is Malchus. This is Yilo, Apam, Yilovi Ishi, Tikvi Ishi, that in Hey Leo, which is Mashove, and Bina should be Nimshach, and Levi connects the 2. And that's why Vanicheu V'Ganeden to put more through Levi, which is Bitla Yesh Le'ayin, this causes more That's why Levi says, because through the Bitl of Levi, this Bitl brings down Bitl brings down, that's Leviosan Zayit L'Sachik, where the Eibishter gets much nachas from Bitl. And through this you put the Yichud Pnimi of Yudke, and this makes Vovkin through Torah. And in most places that he brought down, he quoted here in the Maimer, Levim is from Shmuel, because connection comes from Shmuel. Like it says, Shmuel Tachas Ladeshi, and Shmuel Tachas Ladeshi is Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah is a new year being born. And this comes through Gvuras. It starts with Gvuras. We're going to learn tomorrow about how this happens, about how these 3 families enable, they're the Cohen and Yodecha, they enable through their source in Das. And in Gvura, they enable the relationship of Amale and Seder.